What's up everybody, and it's me Taco Media, and I'm finally back with another video. Today we're doing the part 2 of what if Goku was raised by Beerus and technically Whis as well. In the first part of this what if, they explain how Goku was raised by Beerus and Whis, and he learned God Get. Eventually he even fought Beerus, with him losing pretty badly, but obviously he still did a pretty decent job. And also we did explain how Beerus destroyed planet Earth, since most of the stuff was destroyed because there was no saver in this timeline, so that's why. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it, shall we? After Goku being destroyed by someone like the one and only Beerus, Goku would go and start training yet again. Beerus would tell the Oracle Fish that he was gonna sleep for around 5 years at least and just take a small nap. For someone like Beerus, 5 years is practically nothing. It's barely anything. It's like a human sleeping for 5 minutes. It's that much of a margin. Because we've seen that Beerus have slept for hundreds of years, even thousands and millions. So it's not really far-fetched to say that Beerus sleeping 5 years is pretty much like a 5-minute nap to our normal mortal. After Beerus takes his nap, we should explain that eventually Goku will need to get a technique that's even higher than the gods, Ultra Instinct. This form can only be achieved by some people like angels, and there hasn't really been any proof of any mortal getting it, so he doesn't even know if it's possible. But technically, if saints, or I guess technically mortals, can get God Key, it isn't far-fetched to say that maybe you can have an Ultra Instinct type transformation. And if you can somehow master this state, and even infuse it with your own transformations, you'll be able to become so strong that even Beerus can't stand a chance. Goku was saying that he doesn't really want to kill Beerus. Maybe eventually he does need to become a god, but Goku doesn't really want to hurt or kill Beerus. We should explain this. You don't have to kill Beerus. I mean, yes, you'll need to fight him, but all you have to do is just defeat him. No need to actually kill him. I mean, if you defeat him in battle, you can still become a god. Your Beerus will be happy and you'll be happy. And no one dies. So I think that's a pretty good thing, you know. No one's gonna die. Plus, let's just say that Beerus isn't doing the best job as a god of destruction. So, for this universe at least, it's probably better that he steps down. Goku would ask Whis this. Whis, didn't you tell me once that he's linked to some kind of another deity? So if Beerus can die, another deity dies with him, right? Also, we should explain that like Beerus' life is also linked to Kaioshin. Goku says, what? We should explain this. Look, Goku, Beerus and Kaioshin are like one lives. If Kaioshin dies, so has Beerus. Goku says that what if he just kills Kaioshin? Whis would say this. If he did technically kill the Kaioshin, then Beerus dies as well. Then Goku says, why didn't you guys tell me that? Whis would explain for the last time that it wasn't really a subject that mattered as much, and the Kais don't really get into fighting as much, so it's not as risky. But Goku suggests that what if someone tried to kill the Kais and Beerus is sleeping? Wouldn't they die? And plus you can't really interfere with normal stuff, so you can't really just wake him up and tell him he's gonna die. Whis says that if never happened, and no one, or at least a mortal, can really go there except with some type of teleportation. And no one has ever been able to even get close to killing them but one person, but he's already sealed. Goku would ask who this person is, and Whis would say it's a person called Boo. But right now he's still sealed, so he's not in danger. And even if he did come out, you'll be far stronger than him, so you can just skill build if this ever comes up and we're just sleeping. So please don't think about that. Goku would tell Whis that what's the plan now. Whis would explain that he's gonna let Goku train as much as possible for him to learn some techniques, and for him to finally master Ultra Instinct, or at least achieve it. Because they don't even know if it's achievable for a mortal. Then there's a 10-year time skip. I know I did say that Beerus is probably gonna sleep for 5 years, but I did feel like the 5 years is too low, and again, Goku's still pretty young in this timeline. This Goku is still around 17 years old, so it's still pretty low, young. I'm gonna say that we have a time skip till Goku's around 27, 28-ish, and then Beerus will wake up, and Goku will finish his training. Beerus would ask Goku if he's gotten stronger, with Goku saying that he did, and he's very strong. Beerus said if anything interesting happened when he was asleep, with Goku explaining that nothing particularly happened when he was sleeping. But Goku did explain that he learned a lot of stuff from Whis, and he learned a couple of new techniques. Then Goku asked if the one only Beerus is ready to fight, and Beerus surprisingly says no. Goku, I didn't just wake up because I wanted to. I mean, I was probably gonna sleep for another 10 years at least. The main reason I'm actually awake is for one thing. The Grand Priest wants to meet me and all the gods. I'm not sure exactly why, but it looks like it's important. I mean, if I sensed it when I was asleep, Whis probably did as well. Whis would say, yes, my lord, I actually did, and I was gonna wake you up. But this looks really bad. Should we take Goku with us? Beerus says that eventually Goku will have to meet the one only Whis and all the angels, so why not? Whis would then take Goku and Beerus to the one and only, the realm of the Almighty. Or for the people that don't know, Zeno's palace. All the gods and angels would also be there, and when the Universe 7 arrives, all of them would also arrive at the same time, and then the meeting would begin. Zeno would say this: there has been a lot of stuff happening lately, which is pretty weird. We're noticing the mortar power levels have been decreasing insanely by these couple of years. We don't know why for sure. It's like someone's killing them. It's very strange. And we're not talking about normal percentages. The percentage of mortal level has dropped by 90% in the past 10 years. So I want to ask, why? How are you guys doing such a bad job where 90% of the mortal levels have been decreasing? Beerus would speak up and say this: to tell you my truth, my sorry, I'm not sure why exactly. I mean, this is one of the mortals I have with me right now. He's called Goku, and his power level even rivals mine. And as much as I know, at least, my universe's, level of power hasn't decreased in the slightest like that. I'm not gonna say that it didn't decrease. I think it did probably, but I don't think it's as much as you say. So, can you tell us, what exactly decreased? Zen would say this: yes, I've noticed that you have a couple of power levels that are high, but a lot of mortals are dying at a fast rate. It's like 1 is being born and 10 are being dead. So a lot more are dying than being born. That's the main issue. Who's killing them? I mean, if it's not you, then who? Then he says, I might have an idea, so I'll fix the problem, my sire. Then Zeno says to the rest that the same thing's happening with all the universes, not just Universe 7, and they should all fix their issue. And then he says this: in 3 years, a tournament will happen where all mortals will fight each other, and the universe that wins will survive. The rest will be destroyed. Everyone will be shocked, and even Beerus. And yeah. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna enjoy this video. If you guys want a third part of this video, just comment down below. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.